Plot tour, end of January 2026. Not much change since last month. Start here as I normally do at the compost heaps. This is the only intact glass that survived the loss of the greenhouse. I'm sure I'll find somebody who can make use of that. They've sunk quite a bit now. I mean, these were way above the side levels and they've just gone down now as they started to rot. And you can see this one was way up near the top there and it's gone down at least a foot. Right, I'll show you what I'm doing here now. This was the original base of the greenhouse. You can see where it burnt, but it's gonna now be a raised bed. So, and I've got a layer of, I took all the topsoil off and I riddled it through my riddle into the barrel and got rid of all the glass. That took forever, but it's done now. And then on top of that, I've got, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a differentiation here. This is just pure a layer of manure, partially rotted manure on the bottom, and on top of that I'm digging out this path. I started digging it out. It was wood chip and it's now pretty well rotted and it's going on top of there. I'm getting a few new flakes on there, but that's immaterial, and I'll carry on with that and try and get the next layer in, and then on top of that I'll be putting probably some bought compost, and then that may be it might actually be two beds, because I might put a path down the middle of here. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, let's crack on. A burnt kneeler there, chair, stool, whatever you want to call it. My shed's fine. I'll let you have a quick look in here. It's always a mess, but I suppose most sheds are very similar. Obligatory pea bucket, of course. I've got a solar light in here that's got a tiny little one of these little tenu things. Let's see if I can get it to turn on. There we go. It's not brilliant, but if it's really, really dark, it helps a bit, so that's fine. I did my shed move. It's on a decent base. When I moved the shed, all the floor collapsed in, so I've had to do a new floor. So I put a new floor in there, so that's all complete now, which allowed me, of course, because I moved it from over in this corner, allowed me to tidy up this corner. And the bunker did exactly the same as the shed, and I had to put a new floor in that, so I made a new floor for that. But luckily I had lots of pieces of wood like this just hanging around. This is some of the liquid manure that I'd taken this year. A few more pieces in there, bits in there. My clean-up station's been moved here into this flagged area. And what we've got, yeah, my rhubarb in those. Of course, nothing happening yet. I moved my carrot containers from the side of the polytunnel. I've got one here and two here. Of course, nothing happened. This is going to move. I'm not quite sure yet, but it'll be moved over onto another bed. I've got to deal with this yet. I've still got a load of Jerusalem artichokes to harvest in there, but I have got to deal with this and get it cleaned up. Have a quick look in the polytunnel. I've tried to rescue as many plants from the greenhouse as I could. We'll see what happens with them. If any survive, it's a bonus. So I've cleaned them up and repotted them all. I've got some bought dahlias that I got from Asda, which were very cheap, and some peonies as well. I got 2 peonies and 2 dahlias, and they were £4 for 2 from Asda, so I don't know if that's still going. Yeah, I'm just waiting on things to happen, really. What else have we got in here? Had a bit of a tidy round in here. So I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 hanging baskets remaining. The rest got burnt. In here, I put my horseradish. I took it from when I cleaned up the corner over there. I had horseradish in a bed there, and I dug it out and I put it into these. So just cleaned up and moved stuff around. Now I did ask, I think I was on the last one, whether I could keep this ruby chard and the red vein sorrel, and they're still going, so if I can get any leaves of them later, maybe use them. My homemade compost is all here. It's not bad stuff, it works well. So I've got quite a bit of that for when I want to pot stuff on. And yeah, nothing much else happening in here at the moment. Let's go outside. These buckets, of course, are from my potato buckets last year, and they've been topped off with manure, just waiting for my potatoes, which are now chitting on the at home on the windowsill. This is the liquid manure that I didn't use last year, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to just chuck it, and I'll pour it into a compost heaps or something. Some more of these empty bins. My garlic is just hanging in there. This time of year it doesn't do much. These are the elephant garlic corms, so I've left them by the side. More empties, asparagus there. Nothing much happening here. All of these are empty apart from this one, which I'm using my kitchen and garden waste. Yeah. In the corner there, I've had some of the small Swedes, and yeah, they were okay, but tiny. I did have a plan to use this as sweet corn, but I'll probably still go with that sweet corn. I put the giant pumpkin under them last year, and it worked quite well. So I might do that again this year here. I think I've got this earmarked for onions when I'm time to plant the onions out. And all of these raised beds here have all been filled and are just waiting. I have 3 beds under this black plastic here with, I think it's either 40 or 50 centimetre paths down each one. So we'll see how that goes. In here I've taken most of the parsnips that were in here, but there's still some in there, and the leeks I haven't touched yet because the wife's saying that we've got too many in the freezer as it is, so they're just being left. But they're small, and as long as they don't go to seed, I don't care. The remainder of the Cabernet Nero, some of it got singed, but they seem to be still okay. And an empty bed here, which nothing happening with it, and that's about it. My main focus now is this bed and trying to get it so it's productive. I did consider just growing flowers in it this year because of any contamination, but I think with the raising it like this, it's going to be fine. So we'll see. Anyway, that's the end of January 2026.